If I only had 3 weeks to help a woman in menopause kill their belly fat, this is exactly what I would do. And I've walked hundreds of women through this, including my own mom and my mother-in-law. And as a man, I'm grateful that I could share the science with them, because menopause hit women like a freight train. Your metabolism quietly drops by 250 to 300 calories a day, your belly grows overnight, and every diet that used to work stops working completely. That's almost half a pound of fat per week, and that's happening silently. And the stats here are brutal. 60 to 70% of women experience sudden belly fat accumulation during menopause. 20% gain more than 10 pounds in the first 3 years of transition, right before menopause happens. And I'll even share a live example of one of my clients, Catherine, and I'll share that in a minute here. But here is what most doctors won't tell you, and what the diet industry is keeping hidden and silent. Why, I don't know. Menopausal belly fat isn't just regular fat. It's a completely different beast, and this beast is driven by hormonal chaos, and it needs a completely different approach. Now, during menopause, your estrogen drops by 90%, and this isn't just about the hot flushes. It rewires your entire fat storage system. So think of it like this. Your estrogen is your body's traffic controller, directing fat to your hips and your thighs where it's relatively harmless. Now, when estrogen disappears, the traffic controller goes home. All that fat is getting dumped straight into your belly as visceral fat and subcutaneous fat. And that is toxic sludge wrapping around your organs. But here's the even crazier part. Cortisol, your stress hormone, goes through the roof during menopause. High cortisol plus low estrogen creates this perfect storm for belly fat accumulation. And it's like your body switched from a hybrid car that's efficiently burning fuel to a gas-guzzling monster that stores everything as belly fat. And everything you've been told about losing weight during menopause is so wrong. I'm about to prove it. I'm going to give you the 3-point protocol that I've used on hundreds of women to kill their menopausal belly fat in 3 weeks. Now, I call this protocol the estrogen recovery code. 3 weeks, 3 precise inputs that is designed to restore what your body used to do on autopilot before estrogen left the building. Point number 1, it's phytoestrogen nutrition. Now, you would think that the solution is eat less and move more, but actually, you need to eat foods that naturally supports your body's natural declining estrogen production while fighting this metabolic chaos of menopause. So here is what most nutritionists miss. Your body is literally screaming for help. Without estrogen, your metabolism becomes insulin resistant. Your muscle starts vanishing and your fat storage goes haywire, but certain foods contain compounds that act like weak estrogens in your body, filling some of the gaps that were left by your estrogen decline. So in the morning, I want you to have 2 tablespoons of ground flax seeds mixed with your Greek yogurt with berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries. Now, flax seeds contain lignans. These lignans convert to estrogen-like compounds in your gut, and there's actually a clinical trial that showed women consuming flax seeds daily reduced body fat by 3 to 5% in just 12 weeks without changing anything else. And this is a quick note. Start with 1 tablespoon of flax seeds, not 3, and drink a full glass of water with it. Flax is high fiber. Build up slowly to consuming it, or your gut is gonna let you know. Now, for lunch, and this is the most important meal during menopause, wild caught salmon, pile of leafy greens. I want avos in there, avocado, and I want pumpkin seeds. Now, the omega-3s reduce the systemic inflammation that is happening in your body during menopause. The pumpkin seeds provide zinc, which supports hormonal production when your ovaries are starting to shut down. And here's the part that I want you to lock in. Lunch is your biggest meal. It's not dinner, it's not breakfast. And there's a large JAMA study found women who ate their biggest meal before 3 p.m. lost significantly more belly fat than those eating the same calories later. Why? Your insulin sensitivity peaks in the middle of the day, and that's when your body can handle carbs cleanly. So eat your largest meal at lunch with quinoa or sweet potatoes, and your body uses it. If you eat it at 8 p.m., your body stores it. By the way, every time I say quinoa, I see half of the comments come for me. Is it quinoa or is it quinoa? Let me know in the comment section down below and we'll settle it today. And I'll start saying it right from now on. Now for dinner, we want smaller meals, lentil soup with steamed broccoli, drizzle it with olive oil. And lentils, why we're using this, they're packed with isoflavones and they gently support your estrogen function. Broccoli contains something called I3C, indole 3-carbinol, which helps your liver process hormones efficiently, and during menopause, your liver is working overtime to clear out excess estrogen metabolites that can actually make the belly fat worse. A daily snack is a handful of almonds, I'm talking 5. And the magnesium supports sleep and stress management. Now, both are critical for your nervous system that's already firing from all the hormonal fluctuations. And there's one quick thing that I want to add with soy. I know for 20 years you were told to try and avoid it. That advice was based off of a misread on how isoflavones work. Fermented soy in clinical doses, I'm talking about tempeh, miso, gently supports estrogen receptors where you need them. That old advice is wrong. So this is where Catherine started feeling in control. Her belly fat started melting off because her body finally had the nutritional support that it needed during menopause.
The 3 parts of the program that had the biggest impact on me would be, firstly, getting in control. So I always felt like I was in control. I always felt like I was doing the right thing. I always felt like I was eating the right thing. But I realized working with Dr. Zeno how out of control I really was and how I was being led down different pathways with, sugar and all sorts of things. So wine at night, like the big thing, right? So I actually got in control of it, and I realized for the first time in my life that I could actually control what the outcomes were going to be with my health. Like, I really am in control of that. This isn't like some steamrollers coming at you. I know that might sound so basic, but just for the first time felt in control of it. I know now how to control my weight. I know now how to go on a holiday or a vacation and come home having enjoyed myself, but still eating really well and having fun with my family, but in control. Like, I just feel in control.
And if this is landing for you so far, leave the video with a gentle thumbs up, scroll down on your TV or on your phone and tap the like. That tells me that you want me to make more content like this, and I will. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Dr. Mike, this sounds great, but I leave the house at 5 a.m. I'm on calls the entire day. I don't have a personal chef. When am I supposed to fit any of this in? This is the most common question that I get. And it's the reason why most of this generic menopausal advice fails. It's built for women with all day to optimize. It's not built for a CEO or a doctor or for a mother of 3 running on 6 hours of sleep, which is exactly why I'm hosting a free live training. And I'm gonna walk you through how to actually run this protocol when you have a real life. Now, quick announcement right before I get into point number 2. Mark this on your calendar, ladies. On Wednesday, June 3rd at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, for the first time, I am hosting a free live training built specifically for women dealing with menopausal belly fat. Perimenopause, full-blown menopause, post-menopause, whatever stage you're in, the biology and the approach is the same. This training is for the women who have tried everything. It's for the ladies who are eating clean, they're exercising, who still can't shift their belly no matter what they've tried, and who's done being told that it's just their age. I will walk you through the exact 5-step Sculpt Her protocol that me and my medical team have used on hundreds of women, including women in their 60s, women with hyperthyroidism, and women who came to us after spending thousands of dollars on programs that left them heavier than when they started. And you'll learn the eating sequence that fights insulin resistance without counting a single calorie. The 5 habits sleep protocol that flips your body into fat burning mode overnight. And why walking actually beats HIIT for menopausal belly fat, and the research backs this. How to rebuild the metabolic engine menopause stole from you in 3 30-minute sessions a week. And the one thing that make results last so the weight doesn't come back after 6 months. Plus, I will be blocking a full hour for a live Q&A. So you bring your questions and I'm gonna answer you directly live. But there is a catch. Because I'm doing a Q&A live, I'm strictly limiting the attendance to 500 women. There's over 2 million subscribers on this channel, so the spots will go fast. Grab yours. All you need to do is tap the first link in the description below, or you can just scan the QR code that you're seeing on screen. Wednesday, June 3rd, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. I cannot wait to see you there. Now, let's get back to the protocol. Let's talk about point number 2. It is the cortisol calm movement. So here's an exercise mistake that's making 90% of menopausal women fatter. High intensity exercise during menopause is like pouring gasoline on fire. Now, when your hormones are already chaotic, intense workouts spike your cortisol even higher. And high cortisol sends one biological signal to your body: store fat, especially near your vital organs so they can survive. And your belly is the target. And there's actually a meta-analysis of 101 studies involving 5,697 postmenopausal women confirming this. Exercise only reduced visceral fat when it was specifically designed to avoid cortisol spikes. The women working hardest were often gaining the most belly fat. So instead, I want you to use what I call the cortisol calm movement. It's 3 layers stacked across 3 weeks. Week 1 is the foundational reset. We're activating your parasympathetic nervous system. In high school, you would have heard of your rest and digest mode. Now, if your body's stuck in fight or flight, it's going to hold on to belly fat thinking that you're in survival mode. So number 1, take a 10 to 15 minute walk after every main meal. The single most underrated tool for menopausal fat loss. Walking after eating prevents the blood sugar spike that triggers fat storage. Your muscles will absorb your glucose directly, and especially from your bloodstream, without needing extra insulin. This is exactly what Catherine did.
Other things apart from control that I feel were really life-changing is a love for walking that I rediscovered over the time working with Sculpt by Science. So you do a lot of walking, and I just really rediscovered how much I like it. And we were doing big 3-4 hour walks on weekends, and my husband and I just really, really loved having that time together. We were, talking, just because we were outdoors at the beach, going for these really long walks and coming home, just having solved all of the world's problems together. So I love that. And I also love, walking by myself and taking a break from being behind a desk and on a phone, and getting out into the sunshine and going for a walk through the hills around my local area. So I just really loved that part of it.
So I want you to build up to 8 to 10,000 steps a day. And research on postmenopausal women showed a 15% decrease in visceral fat in women hitting the range compared to those under 5,000 steps. So if you're on a call all day, get a walking pad under your desk. Your body doesn't know if you're on a trail or if you're on the beach or a treadmill. It just counts the steps. Now, number 2, 10 minutes of deep breathing before bed. So this is how you do it. I want a 4-second inhale. I want a 4-second hold, and then a 4-second out, and then a 4-second hold, right? So it sounds simple, and I'm gonna do it with you. It's that simple. This will directly lower your cortisol, and this is a game changer for women who have even tried it. I even feel calmer just doing it. Now in week 2, I want you to add resistance training, but here's the twist. I want you to keep your rest periods long, 2 to 3 minutes between sets, and focus on compound movements that build lean muscle without spiking your stress hormones. 3 full body sessions a week in terms of training, never on consecutive days, and recovery is when the muscles are actually being built. So these are the exercises that you can do. You can do a leg press. You can do chest supported rows, pressing movements. I highly recommend for ladies, especially when you're older, rather use machines. Those are safer compared to squats and deadlifts and all the free weighted movements. Rep range, I want 8 to 12 reps, and the weight should be challenging but not exhausting. And here is why this matters more than most women realize. From the age of 30, you lose 3 to 8% of your muscle mass per decade. Post-menopause jumps that to 10% per decade. And every pound of muscle you lose burns 6 to 7 fewer calories at rest every day. That's the metabolic theft that you are experiencing during your menopause. And the strength training is the only thing that will reverse that. Now, by week 3, now and only now do we introduce short bursts of higher intensity. 2 days per week, never consecutive. So I want you to include there either 15-minute of zone 2 cardio, or you can do HIIT, depending on where your injuries are. So get on a walking treadmill, put max incline, and go at 3 miles per hour, roughly 6 kilometers per hour for the 15 minutes. But if you want to increase the intensity, you can do 2 15 HIIT sessions instead. So essentially what you do is 2 minutes easy, like a walk, and then I want a 30-second jog, faster, right? And if you can sprint, then go for it, but work your way up to this. And here, ladies, the timing matters. I want you to do this between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m., late morning-ish, when cortisol is naturally declining. I don't want you to do this at 6 a.m. when it's peaking, and not 8 p.m. when it should be falling. Now, that sequence, walking, then strength training, then strategic intensity, is the version of exercise that works for a menopausal body. Now, most women try to start it at week 3, and that's why they fail. Now, this is point number 3, deep sleep and the recovery stack that you need to follow. Now, you would imagine that you'd think better sleep would just be nice, but actually, poor sleep during menopause is a metabolic disaster, and that makes belly fat impossible to lose. So here's exactly what's happening. Declining estrogen, progesterone, and melatonin destroy your sleep architecture. So essentially you spend less time in deep sleep, which is when growth hormone is released. And without adequate growth hormone, your body cannot burn fat efficiently or build lean muscle. But here's the part that most women don't know. Poor sleep increases ghrelin, your hunger hormone, by 28% and decreases leptin, your full hormone, by 18%. You wake up significantly hungrier before eating a single thing. So this is phase number 1, temperature. I want you to keep your bedroom between 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. That's roughly 18 to 20 degrees Celsius. This is an expensive tool, but I highly recommend it, especially because you're going to use it every day, is to buy an 8 Sleep. An 8 Sleep, not sponsored, not affiliated. I've just been using it the last 3 years. 8 Sleep will control your body's temperature. The simplest way I can describe what this is that it's an air conditioner inside of your bed, directly affecting your body. Now, hot flushes and night sweats destroy sleep and spike cortisol. The 8 Sleep, the cooling mattress, is a game changer for me and my clients. Expensive, but worth it. Now, phase number 2, this is light. Get 10 to 30 minutes of bright natural light within the hour of waking up. I want you to try and go outside if you can, but if you can't, look through the window. This will help you reset your circadian rhythm, which controls when your body produces melatonin, essentially when your body will peak with its cortisol and when your metabolism will be the most active. And menopausal women are extra sensitive to light disruption. Your melatonin onset is already delayed by about 50 minutes. And this is how you fix this every single day. Phase number 3, caffeine cutoff. Last coffee 10 hours before bed. So if you sleep at 10 p.m., your last cup of caffeine has to be at noon. And menopause increases caffeine sensitivity dramatically. What you metabolize easily at 35 is still 50% active in your bloodstream at midnight in your 50s. That residual caffeine is the reason why so many menopausal women wake up at 2 to 3 a.m. It's not random. This is just pharmacology. Phase 4, I want you to wind down. 90 minutes before bed, I want you to dim the lights, no screen in the last hour of your day. If you can, take a hot bath with Epsom salts. I would recommend doing gentle stretching, reading a book if you can, And this essentially will activate your parasympathetic nervous system and it will lower your cortisol naturally. Now, this is the supplement stack. I'm only going to give you 3 because 3, with the research behind it, beats 6 that you'll forget to take by week 2. So number 1, I want you to take magnesium glycinate, 400 milligrams, 2 hours before bed, and you can get this over the counter. Now, magnesium deficiency is common during menopause and it directly impacts your sleep quality. It will direct the hot flushes and the belly fat storage. Magnesium glycinate specifically, not magnesium oxide. The glycinate is the one that actually absorbs. Supplement number 2 is omega-3s, and those omega-3s should have 2,000 milligrams of combined EPA and DHA daily. This will reduce your body's systemic inflammation during and throughout menopause, and this will also support hormonal function. And choose the molecularly distilled fish oil to avoid the toxins. 3, vitamin D3 with K2. I want you to get 2,000 to 4,000 IUs daily, and this is critical for hormone synthesis and your mood regulation. Now, most menopausal women are severely deficient. Optimal blood level is between 30 and 50 nanograms per milliliter. Now, that's the stack. It's magnesium glycinate, omega-3s, and the vitamin D3 with K2. It's cheap, they're available anywhere, you can go to any pharmacy, and there's clinical research backing this. Now, I have to add this quick disclaimer. You should always check with your doctor before stacking any new supplement, especially if you're on HRT or any medication. These are the protocols my mother-in-law, my mom, and all my clients have gone through. My mother-in-law went through this and she was sleeping 4 hours a night and she couldn't lose weight, especially while she was working hard in the gym and eating perfectly. We fixed her sleep first, then we layered everything else, and she lost 6 pounds in the first 2 weeks and 20 pounds plus in total. The diet didn't change in the beginning, but she started already seeing results just by including 1 point of this protocol. She got her life back. And if you're a woman watching this and you're doing everything right and nothing is moving, it's not you. It's that nobody built the plan around your hormones. Now, the estrogen recovery code is built around them. And if you want me to walk you through this full system live, the parts that don't fit in just a YouTube video, remember, Wednesday, June 3rd, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's linked in the description. You can also scan the QR code to book your spot. There's 500 spots and they will go fast. I'll see you in the next one. This is an amazing video that you should watch next. And ladies, remember, keep putting one foot in front of the other, especially when you don't feel like it. Cheers.